This video is sponsored by Squarespace. What's going on, everyone? This is going to be my last video for the year, and I wanted to take a moment with this to kind of reflect on 2022 and what kind of this year has meant to me. I think I've really experienced a lot of growth this year, which has been really exciting, especially as an artist. I think we all felt a little bit of stagnance over the last several years, myself especially, and so it feels really nice to kind of turn the page and have a little bit more excitement and inspiration for what I'm making. And I've taken a lot of time this year to really think about what it is that I want to be doing. I think I've realized that I just got to let my intuition guide me when it comes to that. You know, I think as artists, we worry so much, we overthink so much about how things should look, how we should do things, is there a right way to go? And the short answer is there's not. There's no right way to do this. That's why it's such a hard career. It's because you have to really find it for yourself. There's not like a linear path of creativity that a lot of people follow. And I think that's the hardest part. You know, if you are kind of like someone who likes to follow a step-by-step solution to something, especially a career, being a photographer is really hard. I'll be the first to admit that. But I think what I've realized is you got to allow yourself to make mistakes, and you got to allow yourself to really put yourself out there and see what happens, because you're never going to really know unless you try, right? And for me, that's been huge this year, to just allow myself to shoot what feels right and let the rest come to me. And I've stressed a lot less about making stuff consistently, and I want to be able to kind of do that in tandem with shooting things intuitively. So I want to be consistent and intuitive next year, which I think for me is going to be huge. I want to be shooting a lot more regularly, but I want to just be shooting what feels right. And I want to put this out there into the world so that, you know, I can hold myself accountable. But a lot of artists, you know, once you get into kind of the rhythm of not doing stuff and not getting inspired, it's really easy to fall back into old ways and just not get out there often. And I really want to hold myself accountable to just be shooting a lot more often. Now, I think a big reason of why I feel so inspired this year is I've gotten outside so much. This is the most I've ever camped and road tripped in my entire life. At the beginning of this year, I think I was longing for that. And I really made it happen, which I'm so glad I did, because I think it's allowed me to take a step back and kind of analyze what I want to be doing and how I want to be going about things. You know, living in LA, it's such a fast-paced lifestyle, and a lot of people get caught up in the day-to-day there, but the reason I leave so often is so that I can have some perspective when I go home, which has been wonderful. You know, I've been on the road a lot, especially on the West Coast. I've been gone a good chunk of this year, and it's really, again, allowed me to find what's important to me. And, you know, when you're not home, you remove yourself from the everyday distractions, you give yourself some time to actually sit down and look at your life in a subjective way. And that's really given me a lot of clarity on where I want to go and what I want to do. When it comes to actually making art, you know, and taking photographs, making films, this is what I really want to be doing, and I want to be doing it a lot more often, especially with this YouTube channel. I've talked with Thomas, who helps me film a lot of these videos, and him and I really want to restart the Field Trip series, which is something we did in 2020 and early 2021, and I think it was one of the coolest things I've ever done as an artist, and I want to bring that back. I want to bring back me shooting a lot more of these videos and kind of shooting some documentaries on some of my friends, and just see where all that goes. I want to be able to just kind of shed the light on the creative process with you guys. And I think what I've been doing in the past is trying to make a bit more polished videos, but I think we crave this rawness, we crave this, you know, vulnerability as artists, and we want to understand what other people are doing and how they're going about it and the ups and downs of it all. So I'm going to try to do my best to include you guys on some of that. And I think it's a wild world that we live in now, and everything can change tomorrow. You know, the artistic community is just so different day after day, which, you know, you could look at as an exciting thing or a not so exciting thing, but I'd much rather look at the positives. And I just want to see what happens, you know, and I never want to feel like I'm being held back because I want to try something new. With filmmaking, with this YouTube channel, the main thing that I've neglected is I haven't really tried to shoot my own stuff, and I want to see where that goes. I want to see what I can do. I want to bring my eye to the video camera and just see what I can make. And all this to say, I'm incredibly excited for next year. I think it's really gonna be a wonderful year filled with a lot of growth and hopefully a lot of photos, which I'm excited about. Currently, right now, I'm actually 10 hours from home. I'm headed up to Washington for the holidays. I decided to drive yet again, which probably is no surprise to any of you guys by now. But I'm the only one on this beach right now. It's pretty cold out, sun is setting, it's a pretty cloudy sunset, and I'm out here just shooting a few photos. Here I have my trusty steed, Contax T3, and I'm just waiting for the sun to go down. I have quite a bit more of my drive to do over the next couple days, so I'll probably film a little bit more for you guys and shoot some photos. But for the most part, I just wanted to be able to make a video and share where my head is at right now and be able to reflect on such a wonderful year. And I know a lot of you guys out there are probably struggling or lacking inspiration, especially this time of year when we have such short days. But my best advice is to just not stew on it too much. Try not to overthink as best as you can and get out there and find some friends and take some photos, because I feel like that's really what rejuvenates me. With all that being said, I am going to be doing some updates to my Toyota 4Runner as well, so I'll be sharing more videos about that. I think including a little bit more of the off-road camping style videos with the photography related videos has been really fun and a big hit with you guys, so I'm going to continue to be doing that as well. But overall, it's just been a really wonderful year, and I have a lot of you guys to thank for that as well. Even with the not consistent uploads, I really appreciate all of you guys showing up and showing support on these videos. It really means a lot to me, and I'm excited to return the favor and produce some really cool shit next year. I truly can't have enough gratitude for where life is at right now, and I'm so thankful. So all that being said, I'm going to catch the rest of the sunset. Probably shoot a little bit more on the drive up over the next couple days, but other than that, hope you guys have a wonderful holidays, Happy New Year's, and we'll see you guys in 2023. Take care. Before this video wraps up, I did want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, which is Squarespace, for sponsoring today's episode. If you are looking to create a custom website from scratch without all the coding and hassles that come with it, Squarespace is by far the best choice out there, in my opinion, to make a beautiful website. They have easy to use templates, which make creating a beautiful theme that much easier, 24/7 customer support for all of your questions, and tons of customizable design and layout choices to really make your website stand out. For a photographer like myself running a small business with multiple different kinds of needs, Squarespace really just makes sense. If you're interested in trying out Squarespace for yourself, go to squarespace.com/Samuel Elkins, which is in the description, to get 10% off your first website or domain purchase. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next week.